Can I get this push? Do I push play? There we go. Okay. On the evening of October 26, 2013, Saudi Arabia's C3 production company released No Women, No Drive, a video that addressed the issue of women's driving head-on. This was a daring act because of the intense feelings on the issue and its timing. October 26 was the date for a protest on the ban on women driving. Organized largely online, women posted videos like that at UNC, and then protests called on women to defy the ban on women driving. It received considerable global media attention. There are checkpoints that you can see there all throughout the city, and some women who defied the ban were jailed and actually actively attacked by their own tribes and families. But the police never came for the men of C3, whose video went viral, earning millions of hits and nearly as much media attention as the driving protest itself. This presentation discusses the origins of the video and the company, C3 Productions, that created it. I argue the video grew out of a process by which artists, both men and women, looked at culture as a vehicle to promote a broader discussion on a host of problems. These individuals built on the kingdom's rich tradition of humor and irony, both of which utilized multiple messages, adding or asserting truths simultaneously. Their approach aimed to achieve change by transforming society from the middle up, rather than storming the palace. It also rejected the chief argument made by many Islamist and secular Arab activists alike, that the only way to reform an Arab state is to overthrow the systems of power from the top. Indeed, as society changes, it is argued that men and women in the royal family and the royal palaces will change their assumptions as well. What is known today as C3 began with a YouTube show called La Yaqthar, or No More, in late 2010. The show arose out of a series of monologues and humorous sketches developed by comedian Fahad Al-Qatari, this is the sort of outside shot that's there, writers Ibrahim Al-Harada, and directors Ala Khathami and Ala Yusuf. The men, all in their 20s, took advantage of the DSLR revolution. You can see a DSLR camera right there, which made high-quality video cameras both affordable and small, along with the rapid growth and access to high-speed internet needed for video in the kingdom, and smartphones too. Characters in the sketches in La Yaqthar came to represent different socio-political issues. The show won a wide audience. In October 2010, the men who founded La Yaqthar started their own production company in Riyadh called Creative Cultural Catalyst. You can see that's their sign right there, or C3, that's where the name comes from. The name of the company arose out of the founder's vision for their company, arts, and creativity in society broadly. They were struck by two paradoxes in Saudi life: the number of well-educated and talented people who were creative but were stuck in jobs that made little use of their creativity or passion, and the fact that television, particularly pan-Arab satellite television, failed to provide Saudi Arabia with programming that addressed local concerns. Such paradoxes extended to comedy, with the collective and group humor that Saudis enjoy, in which we was paramount, did not exist on Arab satellite television. In the eyes of C3's founders, these paradoxes reflect the fact that Saudis valued only two modern degrees, medicine and engineering, and assumed that it was shameful if an individual majored in any other subject, including history, my own. Nor did Saudis celebrate creativity or allow the possibility that it could exist in the kingdom. If creativity was needed for some reason, advertisers and others went to places like Great Britain, the United States, or Lebanon. By doing so, the argument went, Saudis overlooked homegrown talent and an opportunity to address two critical challenges. First, the need for the new jobs for a burgeoning population of young Saudis, and the need for new industries that could be alternatives to the kingdom's dependence on its proceeds from its petroleum industry. To address these interrelated challenges, the founders of C3 proposed a new movement to remove the stigma associated with creativity in Saudi Arabia and shed light on the kingdom's young creative talent. They saw their videos and their company as a driving force in this movement, and hence the title of the company's name. Again, Creative Cultural Catalyst. They see themselves as part of driving cultural change. Their message was simple. If a group of ordinary Saudis with a video camera could create videos, upload them to the web, and make money from it, then anybody can do it with that. And to reinforce their message, they made their videos look homemade and did not say who the directors or the writers were. Instead, they listed, and still do, effectively the voice behind the camera and Harbisha, or scribbler. You can see that as well. Now, by omitting the names of the director and the writer, C3's founders delegated the responsibility for defining their videos to society, especially when those videos assert multiple and even contradictory messages simultaneously. Within this framework, the videos are effectively exoteric. I don't mean esoteric. Exoteric is what I mean. And that C3 did not assign meaning or truth to its work. That was left to the audience and society broadly. Again, they were just some ordinary guys with a video camera who liked humor. It would be up to more august individuals to determine what the real meaning was. As one of C3's stars, Hisham Faki, likes to say, the company sees its video as an opportunity to start a conversation with Saudi society. The Arab Spring was a critical opportunity for C3 to do a new stage in this discussion, since it challenged Arab and non-Arab expectations of what Middle Eastern societies could achieve. It was now possible for Arabs, including those in Saudi Arabia, to look at themselves with fresh eyes in a new world, even if national leaders stay in place. One can see the importance of the Arab Spring in the name that C3 would use for its new television network online, Telfaz11. The title combines the Arabic word for television with the number 11, a number that was meant to connect the network in C3 as a company to the year 2011 and the Arab Spring. Remarkably, in the offices in C3 Riyadh, there's a sign, and you can see it right there, that says that it's Telfaz11's name is the company's homage to 2011, the year when great changes occurred in the Middle Eastern region, changes that changed not only how the world looked at Arabs, but also how Arabs looked at themselves. A visitor to C3 offices in Riyadh is immediately struck by how well they've integrated their vision into all aspects of their operations. You can see it's a vast open space without individual offices or cubicles, and it really resembles a cross between a Silicon Valley startup and a college apartment. There's a kitchen, there are cushions, video games and TVs, all kinds of old college textbooks and random objects all over the world. Rarely is anyone alone or is there silence. It's a group effort. At a long desk that you can see there, men in the company frequently come together in a common workspace. They discuss videos that you've seen, this is one they've seen, and decided they're going to use them online. They laugh too. And again, there's a conference room, they're staged with lights, and again, multiple conversations take place simultaneously and switch back and forth effortlessly between Arabic and English as well. And this has been a very good model for them. Thor and several successor shows are now among the highest ranking in the kingdom and on YouTube, if you look at it. And nor C3 alone. YouTube Entertainment, there are two other major YouTube entertainment companies in the kingdom, and there's also thousands of videos online. In October 2013, C3 recognized that the public protests against women driving presented them with a golden opportunity for them to redefine themselves in their movement, just as the Arab Spring had done in 2011. The media coverage of the driving movement meant that there would be unparalleled domestic and foreign attention paid to the kingdom, especially to anything related to driving. A video produced by Saudis and in English, especially with Saudi men, was certain to get noticed and potentially cement Saudi artists, and the company in particular, on the global stage. And again, a video, if done correctly, would also offer the opportunity to reframe the way that Saudis on all sides of the issue viewed it, and to change also how the outside world looked at Saudi men, and perhaps give people an opportunity to laugh in the midst of a very stressful situation. The final part was particularly important because it provided them with a degree of liberty that they were not going to have normally. If anyone accused them of advocating one side or another of what had become a polarized and a political debate, they could easily say, we're not politicians, we're just some ordinary comedians, look at us, look at what we're dressed as. We wanted to make everybody laugh. Look at, again, pay attention to what they're dressed as, that's key. For such an assertion to be meaningful, the video had to be exoteric and allow Saudis, no matter what their view of women driving, to read the video as advocating their position. Hisham Faki would star in the video, but it was a group effort. Faki worked closely with both Fahad al-Butari and Ali Khatami on the script, and with Ali Wardi, who's actually of Iranian heritage, on the sound. Faki later remembered that he and his colleagues spent 10, 15 hours practicing before they filmed it. It took them a long time to get this done. See, that's a clip from the video there. Every detail in the 4-minute video that you'll see in a moment was carefully thought out, beginning with a short prologue in which Faki explains who he is, that he had written the song's lyrics to be relevant to his culture, and that he and his talented friends would respect cultural sensitivities by refraining from using musical instruments. He and his colleagues further emphasized the respect for Saudi cultural values by sporting beards that you can see there as well. Again, they're wearing traditional Saudi outfits for a reason. Equally importantly, Faki, as you will see, falls off pitch and is far from articulate, both of which reinforce his and the video's authenticity. Again, this is just an ordinary guy, Saudi, expressing his conservative views about women. Anticipating a global and Saudi audience, the video is in English with Arabic subtitles. While there's no director listed, the writers are identified as writers and not as Harbasha. It's consciously done that way. Would you like to see it? Okay, good.
Because he's going to show it to you anyway.
I'm going to show it to you anyway, but I figured I'd ask. The worst you could say would be
It's
no.
always good to ask. People don't understand.
Okay, here we go. Oh, hold on for 1 second. I need to plug this in so you can hear the sound. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's just push play. Is it too? Okay, can you hear it? Let's see.
Hello,
Can you
my
hear
name
that?
is Hisham Faghi. I'm an artist and social activist. I don't really listen to music, but while studying in the US, I heard a song by a Jamaican guy that really caught my attention. I decided to do my own rendition, with lyrics relevant to my culture, but without musical instruments. And now, with the help of some of my talented friends, I sing.
Part and parcel of the political debate in Saudi. So anybody watching this would have just read this on the newspaper or seen it on, and this was, everybody was talking about this. So not only is it funny, but this is meant to reference direct things that you're seeing in Saudi at the time. It makes it even more intense.
Make lots of babies. Good friends we've had and good friends we've lost. On the highway, in this bright future, you can't forget your past. So put your car key away. No woman, no drive. No woman, no drive. I remember when you used to sit in the family car, the back seat. Of course, the driver can take you everywhere because the queens don't drive. But you can cook for me my dinner, of which I share with you. Your feet is your only carriage, but only inside the house. And when I say it, I mean it. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything Everything's gonna be alright. 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 No woman, no drive. No woman, no drive. Oh, little sister, don't touch that wheel. No woman, no drive.
Thank you very much, John. That was very interesting.
Have a minute to finish up?
You have 15 seconds.
All right, let me finish that with this. Okay. Two things to do before I finish up, very quickly. First, the video went viral. It earned all kinds of awards and accolades, and they knew they had made it. How did they know that they had made it? When a conservative newspaper in Saudi Arabia misquoted a Washington Post story on the video. Although the article states that no women, no drive, parodies the ban on women driving, and congratulates Faki, a Saudi man, for doing it. The Saudi newspaper reported the story and had concluded that the video actually strongly supported the video itself. And the reason I say this, one second more, almost done with this, I argue it argues the potential role of arts to reframe how Saudis think about the kingdom, and particularly about driving. And in particular, with the woman that you saw there, Dr. Rai, has proposed actually a potential formula that might actually include both ideas that can come out of this. And that frame is equality, or the idea of equality for driving, is not a matter of rights. It's a matter of optimal social choice for society. Her suggestion suggests that the question of women driving can be understood in purely practical terms, not as a moral issue with clear winners or losers. It would be easier for Saudi society as a whole if women were allowed to drive. If this argument gains traction, that will lead to a significant change in the kingdom.
Thank